Okay, hi! How's everybody doing? So sorry I'm a few minutes late. Does anyone else feel like time is just going way too fast? It's like super crazy, just trying to get everything done. But I'm here. This is Lindsay for So Fontsy. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to be doing a really fun vinyl monogram decal, and it's kind of a lot to go over. Just because I'm so long-winded with my explanations, I like to be really detailed. So I'm just going to start into it, and then I'll kind of like explain as I go along. And of course, if you have any questions, please let me know. And say hi. Let me know you're there, where you're watching from, and maybe what the weather's like. Because here in Northern California, it's hot and it's really smoky, and so I've just been indoors like for too many days in a row. Oh, and then last night, let me see, which way is it? This way. That way. My husband, he was like, see that? That's the HTV that used to be up on the wall. He said, it scared me last night because it fell down. So those are the IKEA plastic bag holders. And the adhesive from it just kind of like fell off, so he was kind of startled by that, so I need to, sorry, I still need to put it back up. I'll get there. Okay, so let's actually switch to this view here. So this is the monogram that we're going to be doing, and it actually, it looks like a lot, but when you break it down, it's actually not so bad. So, let me just make sure I've got comments here. Sorry, give me just a second. There we go. Okay, perfect. I'm going to pull this up here. All right, so this is what we're going to be doing. And can everyone hear me? Fine. And so of course you can simplify this a lot if you want. I decided to use both matte and glossy vinyl for this, just because I thought it'd be fun to make the crayon part glossy and this part matte. It's kind of hard to pick up on camera, but in real life I think it looks pretty cool. I think I would have done the letters in black, but I chose gray. So anyway, we're going to cut out the rest of the pieces. I've already got some of it cut out here. And so what I did to keep myself organized is I cut out all these pieces of vinyl. This is 651 and 631, which is removable vinyl, but I've found that it works fine sticking, to various things without removing. So, but I guess if I wanted to remove it, then I would. So I cut a bunch of just little scraps of vinyl so I can load more than one onto the mat. So for like this one, I can put it up here. This red piece we can put in this corner here. And this way I can cut as much as possible. This yellow piece, let's go ahead and put it on this side of the mat, but we'll put it at 6 inches. And then this matte yellow, we'll put it at 7 over on this side. And then we'll do 7 and 6. Gosh, I got so many things going on. But once you line it, once you put them all onto your mat, then it all kind of makes sense. And it makes things go so much faster. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down a little bit here. Okay, so the monogram that I'm using comes from the Must Have Monogram bundle. It's this crayon, which I thought would be fun, like for like school themed type of thing. So I got these folders and this pocket, or this pencil pocket. This is at 3 and 7. I got these at the Dollar Tree. Alright, so I've got my like cornucopia of vinyl here on my mat. And so now I'm going to go into Cricut, or into Silhouette Studio, and align where I want to cut everything. So let's go to Spring Display. There we go. Okay, so I'm also using registration marks. So what I did is I imported the design. It's so adorable. I think it's so cute. And then for the font, so the actual monogram itself is just this crayon, and then you fill it in with your own font, or your own lettering. And this font is actually, I think I can double click into it and go into my text style. It's Mixy Missy, and this is from the Craft Fonts bundle. It's really cool. It comes with, here I'll show you, this one font, Mixy Missy, under this arrow here, comes with a dot, drop, fire, inline, outline, regular, rope, sand, shadow. It's got so many different styles to it. It's really cool. And that's just one font as part of the bundle, so I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, to line up this decal with all the multiple pieces I'm doing, I'm using registration marks. And so I've done that by just drawing squares at the top here. And I decided to do 4 at the top. And what I wanted to show you is that these registration marks are not exclusive to Silhouette Studio. So I'm using Silhouette Studio, but if you're using Canvas Workspace with your scan and cut, you would do the same thing. You would just go into your shapes, and you would draw your little squares. It's a little bit different. So obviously we don't want that registration mark that big. But then you would draw your squares that way. Same with Cricut Design Space. Shapes, square, and resize it and put those in there. So you can make the registration marks in any program. Then what you want to do is separate the different pieces with the registration marks. So I am going to select this black part, and then all 4 of these registration marks, and I'm actually going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it over to the side, or it's going to paste right here, which is fine. I'll pull that over here, and I will group that together. So that's going to be one cut out of the gray vinyl. Now I've already done this piece, so I can actually just delete it here, and then I can go into the purple and then select this. And the reason I make a copy of it and move it to the side is because if I just moved it over here and grouped it together, now I don't have a registration mark for these other pieces that need it. So I just make a copy, group that together, and then I delete it from here so I know that I've already done that. And so you would do that for each of the pieces. And so I have those, I've done multiple. And then you would arrange those on your mat, or on your mat. So let's see, we put the, actually I have to cut this one because this is the one that lines up with all of them. So this one, remember on our mat, when we stuck down all the vinyl, we put these in specific places. This one was at 6, right there. This matte yellow was at 7. I'm looking at my mat and aligning it to where I put the vinyl. This purple matte I put at 3 and 7. So right here. I'm going to move it down just a little bit. And then this glossy purple I put at 6 and 7. Sorry, I'll check comments in just a second. I want to get this cutting so that we can get started with the project. Okay, so I've got that all lined up here. That should work. Let's go to send. I'm going to use vinyl glossy, and then I need to load my mat. So let's just go ahead and put that in there. Oops. And then I am going to actually change this to 24. I think I've been having better luck with that, and then we'll go ahead and send it. And then we can go back to this view here. So here are all the other pieces that I've already cut out. You see I have the, well, I guess I didn't need a red, huh? Oh well, it's okay, I have an extra one for another project. So I've got all these projects, or all these cuts here. That is going, let me go ahead and switch to here. So I can tell you about some of the specials we have. So this month, of course, we've got another giveaway going. So purchase any bundle. So purchase the Monogram bundle or the must-have crafts bundle during September, any of our bundles. And you get entered to win a Teal Heat Press. You know, that's always fun. And then also today is the last day for our buy one, get one mini bundle sale. So, buy one mini bundle, which I have linked. You want to use the link in the description, so it'll take you to the right page. And you put one of those in your cart, put another one in your cart. And then you use the code MINIBOGO, and you get one of them for free. And then, of course, because you bought a bundle, you get entered to win the heat press as well. Okay, so it looks like this turned out pretty well. So let's go ahead and just do a little test weave here. Make sure we won't have any problems, and that came up really easily. Oops. So we should be fine. And I'm just going to put this over to the side. And then we can go ahead. I'm going to trim this down a little bit. I decided to mix it up, mix and match the vinyl that I'm using for this decal. I'm using both glossy and matte vinyl. And what I'm using is 651, which is glossy permanent vinyl, and 631, which is a matte removable vinyl. But there's also a 641, which is matte permanent vinyl, which I have not had the pleasure of using. I'm sure it works, very similarly to Oracal's other vinyls. So I would have to try that out to let you know what I think. But I've always been happy with 631. It cut really well. And then I can just weed this out. Voila. Very, very good. That's why I always do that test weed before I take it out of the machine, because then I know we're not going to have any problems. And I actually didn't need this piece, but I did need a yellow, purple, two purples. I have a purple matte and purple glossy, and then the yellow glossy. Alright, so now the fun begins. Are you having fun yet? We are going to start this layering process. So we're going to need some transfer tape. And then I like to also work on a piece of parchment paper. So, let me see. I have this piece here that I can use. And that way, if anything sticks below my work surface, it's going to lift off easily from the parchment paper. Not so much off of my workspace. Oh, here's my transfer tape. And I'm going to pick a piece that about like that and cut off a piece. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than there. So I'll just cut this down the middle. So if you're just joining us, we are doing a multicolor, multi-layered monogram with the must-have monogram bundle. That's this crayon design. And then the font I use is from the Massive Craft Fonts bundle. Okay, so when you start with vinyl layering, you start with the piece that's on top. So that is this gray piece, because they lay on top of these pieces here. So I'm going to go ahead and get out my scraper and put that right on here. And push this along. Just like that, burnish it really well. And I've been asked about this scraper before, so I linked to it in the description, because it is one of my favorites. Oh, and I've also linked to any of you excited about, have you heard that the Cameo 4 Pro, the big guy, the big one, the 20-inch, should be available for pre-orders in October. So, it was supposed to be, May, and then, it just kept getting pushed back, and so now I think we finally have a date for pre-orders. So you can sign up to be notified through your email in the link in the description. so you can be one of the first to be notified when you can start pre-ordering the Cameo 4 Pro. Okay, so then I'm lining up the registration mark, pressing that down, and then I can go ahead and put that down. Just like that. Alright, and then I do that for the next piece. Oopsie, pull off the backing, of course. And then I need to line it up. One of the things that I found with this is that you have to remember which registration mark to line it up with to get it in the right place that you want it to be. So I put this extra piece over the top so I can line this up first, and it won't all just come tumbling down straight on my project before I'm ready. Oops, and looks like it's a little, no, that's good, there we go. Oops, it's a little off there, but that's fine. Then I'll do the blue. I like to work systematically like this. That's why I have them all cut out, ready to go. And then I can just kind of assembly line this because, you know, it takes a little bit of time. So if you were making this for a customer, you know, you're going to charge accordingly for your time, because not only, you know, does it take more time, you're also using different kinds of vinyl. There we go. Then I can peel that up. Oops. Alright, next is the green. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? I could do any order I want. Alright, let's line that up there. There we go. Oh, yeah, see, no, I did the wrong one. I almost lined it up with the wrong one, but I caught myself. I thought about maybe for something like this, using different shapes for the different registration marks. Oops, it came off. That's not supposed to happen. Different shapes for the registration marks. So, I wouldn't do that. Alright, and then the last one is the red. Which, the red I made, they kind of share this registration mark. There we go. Okay. Peel that up there. Alright, then we are going to move to the crayon part. Oops, and just to be safe, I'll put that there. Line that up. There we go. I thought this was so fun. Lots of colors. That's kind of my style. I love that. Then the yellow. Line that one up here. Just to make sure I line it up with the right registration mark. There we go. Oops. I did not want to do that, but there we go. And pull off the vinyl backing. I've always found it's easier to pull the vinyl backing off the back of the vinyl than it is the other way around, pulling the transfer tape up with the vinyl. I've always just had much better luck that way. So like instead of peeling up the vinyl like this, I've just always had better luck when I flip it over and do it like that. And then green. We'll put that, but the green kind of got a little wonky. And that's only because someone's watching me while I'm doing this. Because this one turned out really good. Here we go, line that up there. Yeah, so the green turned out a little weird. So green, we're just going to have to eyeball it because I think I accidentally moved the registration mark. So for that little part, I'm just going to have to do that, which that is fine. And pull that up. And then the last piece, our red, I'll line that up. There. And we have that. Our decal, and then sometimes I forget this part, is actually removing the registration marks. Want to take those off so you don't put them on your project unless that's the look you're going for and that's what you want. So I just use a pair of tweezers. Let's lift those up. And then we can put it on our actual project. So let's go ahead and do it on this folder. And I kind of want it in the same spot as that. So if I flipped it over from my binder, let's just put it kind of like right there. And I'm totally just eyeballing this. I am not measuring at all. If you wanted to measure, then you'd probably get it a little bit straighter. But I think I'm good with this. Yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is press this down and burnish it. And it looks kind of weird. Maybe I should have centered it. I don't know, I just had this idea of like me flipping through my notebook and it would be on the same page. Well, you know, I know. I think I want it more centered, but that's okay. Varnish it really well, and then remove the transfer tape. Oh, this is a lot of fun. I really like this one. This one's really cute with the crayons. Oh, okay, so there we go. We've got, it's not centered on the folder, but when I'm flipping through my binder, it'll be in the same spot. So anyway, but there you go. There's your layered decal. This is the one I made earlier, and I just did the same thing using permanent and removable vinyl. It's definitely a little bit more noticeable in person, but I think it turned out great nonetheless. Monogram using the must-have Monogram bundle, and the font in the middle is massive craft fonts bundle. So massive craft fonts, must-have Monogram. Lots of bundles, lots of good stuff. Remember, when you do purchase a bundle from So Fontsy during September, you get entered into one of the heat press. And then today is the last day for the BOGO sale. So buy one, get one mini So Fontsy mini bundles. And so you want to use the link in the description to check those out. And then also, if you have any questions, just let us know. And of course, we're so happy that you're here and that you're watching. And we hope that you have a fabulous day. Thanks so much. Bye.